Streets of Rage 3 is an awesome classic and hands down one of the best beat-em-ups of all time, easily in the top 5. Streets of Rage 3 is better than Streets of Rage 1. While Streets of Rage 1 was a good game, 3 really worked out all the kinks. The combat is smoother, the graphics look better, the combinations are easier to execute, and it's just more satisfying to perform attacks, combinations, and specials compared to Streets of Rage 1. Saying that, it's not as good as Streets of Rage 2, which is, in my opinion, the greatest beat-em-up of all time. While the combat and game physics are as good as they are in Streets of Rage 2 in this game, the scenery in the many levels of the game is not as memorable, and the music is not even close to being as memorable and good as the music in Streets of Rage 2. In pure gameplay, it's Streets of Rage 2's equal, but aesthetically, it's just not there. Now in Streets of Rage 3 you can play as 4 different characters. Again, you have Axel, the absolutely luscious Blaze, this little kid on roller skates, and this tall, powerful cyborg guy. Hey, I'm playing as a kangaroo. I guess you can play as 5 playable characters. You silly kangaroo. You can't pick up a knife. You're wearing boxing gloves. Think before you act. In the game, you can do combinations of moves, you can pick up various weapons to attack the enemies, and also you have all these specials that also eat up your life when you execute them. You have to use a smart strategy when using all these things together though, especially when fighting bosses or large groups of enemies. You have to mix up the gameplay here, no matter what character you're playing as. You cannot just slowly walk around like Lurch from the Addams Family and hope to win without losing very few lives. Sometimes enemies have you in a Muay Thai clinch, sometimes enemies have you in a Greco-Roman position to throw you, and you have to perform specials to get out of these situations. The bosses are all really strong, really fast, and they have really powerful moves which you absolutely have to dodge if you hope to survive. All these things I mentioned about the game are good, but the most important thing in a beat-em-up, at least for me, is for the attacks to be satisfying to execute. When I'm playing a good beat-em-up, a good boxing simulation, a good mixed martial arts or kickboxing simulation, it has to be satisfying to punch or kick or throw the enemies. It has to feel like you're really hurting them, like they're really getting beat up, and in this game it feels like you're really beating up the enemies. It's a satisfying, fun, good-looking, and very well-made beat-em-up. As I've said, it's in the top 5 of the best beat-em-ups of all time, or at least of the 90s. It gets an official Stan Birdman rating of a 9 out of 10. Thanks for watching. Goodbye, my friends.